was so kind to turn in. And does anybody see anything you would recommend to change for her?
That's supposed to be infractions.
Yeah.
Okay. Which one was that? D1.
Where is my product?
I thought that one was dealer's choice.
I honestly don't remember if I said one way or another, but I know the part was given in fractions, right?
Yeah.
Maybe. I can neither confirm nor deny that.
It was given infractions.
Okay. There.
Clint, you're pointing at something. What are you trying to tell her?
I don't think you can do that. You can't have the two there because it's not. You have to have either a line of symmetry or you have to have it on there twice. Is my understanding.
Yeah, how do you add that line to connect through?
I'm gonna show you guys a trick, but
You
not
need a
until
center line there too.
later. 'Cause
I
it's
would
kind
go
of
hole to hole to
pain.
prevent tolerance
But
buildup.
well, but if the dimensions given were 3/4 from the edge, isn't that that's the critical dimension? Is it has to be 3/4 from the edge?
Yeah.
You also need a center line here, so you know how far apart they are.
Ashley, what were you thinking when you said 2 times 3/4?
I don't know. I don't know. I didn't want to put it on there twice because it's not dimensioning from the datum, and that was the only thing I
Yeah,
figured
don't
out
know.
that was like
Inferring from the other edges
semi-correct.
apart.
I was
Making sure
thinking you
that
put the 2 times 3/4 to address the top side being 2 3/4.
Right.
Is what you were thinking, right? That that up there would be covered from the 2 times. Is that what you were thinking?
Yeah.
Or were
Yeah,
you
that's-
thinking this
That's
one
how I did it.
over here is 2 times?
The top.
You were thinking this when you did that.
Yeah.
Fair enough. And then I think somebody else was trying to address, well, what about these 2 holes over here, right? Is that what you were trying to address, Clint?
No.
That covers that. And then you need a center line between the holes.
So, okay.
Can't get rid of those boxes.
Yeah, I don't know how to create that center line between the holes.
Annotate. You have to use markup, or when you create the dimension, sometimes they pop in. Or no, when you create the view, you can create the center lines at the time of the view. I cannot find. I
Find this.
annotate.
I find
I
that
gotta stop sharing
questionable.
for a sec because I
You-
lost the
yeah, you-
ability to turn off my annotate.
Can't dimension to a T. You're right, Stormy.
Thank you. Oops, that's gonna be-
You guys may have noticed I put red boxes on yours already, and you might have the same thing going on. Can't dimension to a T storm, you said, right? So, dang, how are we going to get around that?
Right view.
Someone say right view.
Yep, you got to do it right here.
Awesome, Clint. See, we have a little corner we can work with. That's the only spot I really have an access to get to that because I can't even dimension them up here, can I?
Nope.
So I got no choice but to move them there, okay? All right. I want to see if anybody else made this same thing. I'm just going to quickly try and blow through these to find that. See, Mike has 0.75, and then he dimensioned from hole to hole. Let's see how Dave did it. He dimensioned from here to here, from this edge to this hole, So he's doing it a little different. Instead of going from here to here and saying 2 times, he's dimensioning from here to here. Okay.
Hmm.
And so instead of saying 2 times, Andrew just put them both like that, right? See how everybody's doing them different? Equally wrong, but different. See if Kate got this. Oh, Kate. I think Kate cheated. She had a assignment that was similar to this. Oh, I blew right by Andrews. Dang it. If you can reverse the order you submit that in, it's kind of nice for me, Jermaine, where this is on top.
Okay.
And then hopefully Kate can show you guys how to rotate that where I can actually see them. Oh, I think somebody else cheated too, because I already gone over this with you, haven't I, Jermaine?
No, I went back to a class that had similar dimensioning.
What class?
Oh man, it was either 185 or
You mean my
190.
class?
Yeah, your class.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Okay, so let's talk about this one here, the way Nathan did it.
That's not cheating. That's pre-crime.
If I dimension this hole from here to here, and I dimension this other hole from this datum to this datum, it's datum dimensioning because you have a datum here, right? Seems all great. Let me ask you this. This one is 75, but how small could it be?
700.
How small can that number be, Kate? Are you with me, Kate?
Oh, yes, I'm thinking.
Small enough so I can't read it.
It's 3/4 of an inch. How small can it be?
What kind of drawing is this?
Well, it's in inches.
The tolerance was 1/16 of an inch, right?
Yeah.
If I remember right.
Let's just pretend 03. It's pretty close to 30.
I thought ANSI was 1/32.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it actually should be 1/32. Do I have 1/16 in there? I'm supposed to put 1/32. I thought I saw I did that.
I don't know, but I
thought
just,
it-
since our tolerances for ANSI are plus or minus 30, I just changed all mine to,
1/32.
right, because that's 31 thousandths.
Yeah, that's what it should have been. Let's just go with 03 tolerance. So this is 75. My tolerance is plus or minus 30. What's the smallest this could
Oh.
be?
0.72.
72. And this one is 1/4. What's the biggest it could be?
280.
So if this one's 28 and this one's 72, then these two holes are going to be
All over the
0.06
place.
further apart. Would you agree with that? Would you all agree
We
with that?
treat those like we did the notch and just give them a
Yeah,
tighter
it's the
tolerance.
same kind of principle, isn't it? I'm going to have that same problem because the next assignment, I'm going to create a plate with holes. So imagine this. Let's say the plate with holes, they dimensioned them the same way, but instead of being too small, they're too big. If the holes were too big in one direction, too small the other direction, the plate could be 0.06 off. This part could be 0.06 off. I could be 120 thousandths off, over 1/10 of an inch off from the holes. So what's going to happen if I try and drive a pin through those holes if they're 0.120 off each other?
You're saying it should be chain dimension.
Right.
Well, your holes-
If I try and put a pin through those plates, and those are maximum material and minimum material conditions,
You're going to have
you're
a
going to
sloppy
have
fit.
over 1/10 inch off. You're probably not even going to get. Well, how big is that hole? The hole's only 1/4 inch, and they're the radius off. Right? You're not going to get the pin through. This is going to be the problem. And even on, let's go to Ashley's drawing. Wouldn't Ashley's dimension be the same way, even if her intentions are to go 3/4 here, 3/4 here? Because If I go 3/4 here, it could be 72 and 72 on either side and still technically be right, correct? But the distance between the holes are going to be 60 thou greater than I'm actually trying to get. And this becomes critical if I after these holes are going into some kind of other hole pattern that has to match up. Does that make sense?
Would you be better off creating a coordinate table for those holes?
You still got the same dimension problem doing that.
Well, if you tighten up your tolerances, I mean, if you create a whole
Well,
coordinate table
aside
with
from having
plus
to
or
do a
minus
coordinate
X,
table, how could I dimension it?
From hole to hole.
In real design, they usually have 3 holes. 3 of the holes will be slightly bigger than the one close tolerance hole. They'll have one usually, in like 4 places, they'll have one close tolerance hole.
But we're still
like
going to dimension
190.
it the same way, even if
Then
I
the
did
others
create
will be
one
like
hole to be
234.
bigger.
So
Like a
Dave,
lot
what
of
was
times,
wrong with mine?
a locating pin will have a hole and then a slot. They put the dowel pin in for the hole where the locating pin goes over the dowel pin, but they have another slot dowel pin. It's just way off tolerance. They don't care just as long as it's linear. Yes, they do that, but I don't want to go into that. I just want to ask, how can I control the holes so that I can minimize
bring
that
this into
tolerance
the
so that the
kitchen for me?
maximum distance between the holes
You
will be
can give
30
what's
thousandths
left
off.
to Grace.
give it a plus or minus tolerance.
Bo.
That's the easiest way.
If Bo wants to follow you.
Do I have to give it to him?
Or just
Okay.
true position the holes.
Thank you.
Dimension them from hole to hole will give me 30 thousandths tolerance.
Yep.
Right?
Mhm.
Because if I dimension, when I dimension from this edge to the hole, I don't care if I'm a little bit off anyways. I just want that hole to the next hole to be tight. That's why we're going to dimension to that hole. Okay? This is how that is called to take care of that. All right? And this is perfect. You would want to dimension from the datum to the hole, from the hole to the next hole.
Hey Dave, just a question for that 780 dimension, the view we're staring at here, that 784.
I gotta, I'm such a hard time seeing this. I gotta rotate it. I have to delete that.
Oops.
So Jermaine, you have to remember what I did here.
Okay.
Getting a crick in my neck.
I'm zoomed up max. Okay. This one?
Yeah, so do we
Actually,
is
why
it
is
ever
that 7804? Isn't that
Supposed to be
3/4?
750, yeah.
Yeah. But
I have no idea. I could check my model really fast.
yeah, it's supposed to be 750.
Yeah.
So is there any type of assumption's the wrong word, but is it okay to think that it's the holes are supposed to be symmetrical with only one dimension there and you wouldn't have to put a center line through both, like connecting them? Is there a rule on that? Because like, I mean, well, first of all, I don't know how to put the center line to connect both of them, but
I can't put the red here. There would have. Okay, I'll just ignore that for now because I'm going to talk about that later. How to connect these holes.
yeah. But can you do it that way? Is that acceptable? Like
Yes.
to just
What I do is I have to draw a line in between them.
Oh no, I meant like without doing the line. Like, can it
No,
be?
you have to draw a line. In
You do
between
have to do that.
the
Okay.
lines.
Okay.
I wasn't going to drill anybody on that yet.
Yeah. No, I was just curious if that was a standard format.
So
You
I can't.
also didn't
see
dimension
if
your
I can-
cutouts.
I'm gonna go down to Kate's because I know hers I can see. Oh, can I? So Kate did it right too. She went from hole to hole, right? That's gonna control that. But we can't do this, right, Kate?
I just didn't know how to dimension that.
Yeah, we just said how to do it.
Yeah.
This should be in
Clint
the
just told us how to
right
do it.
view.
So would she want to change her B dimension to the other side for the 75 dimensions and all of them leading up to that? Going that
This
way.
one?
Yeah. Because her B datum is on the other side.
Right.
Yeah, it would make sense to dimension. I think whose was I saw dimension from this side from the datum over to here, right?
Okay.
Well, for
So
all
that's
4
what
holes,
I would
too.
do on that one.
She located the center line of that hole from the.
This is not located right, is it?
Nope.
The direction said you got to do it per the book, and I'm pretty sure that's not per the book.
Should,
Okay, I'm still on the holes here.
Mhm.
Look how nice and big I can make this view.
Then the center line out. Big
I would
hole have to
remove
come from the
this
datum.
since we're going to dimension it from the datum, okay?
Okay.
can't you baseline that dimension all the way across there?
Yeah, that's what we just said.
Okay, I just want to make sure I'm looking at it the right way.
Right here, we got a problem. Do you know what that problem is, Kate?
We need to have dash line there
We got to have a
and
gap.
here. Yes,
You got no
and
gap.
the gap too. Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, you went to dimension this and you clicked on this one and this one so you could drive them through.
Yes.
The only problem is I was staying away from that because I got to show you how to do the interrupt command so it doesn't drive through the hole like that. If you want.
Yeah, I remember it from the previous
You
classes.
do remember.
But
That's
yeah,
what
I
you were
just
trying to do
didn't
something
have
from the
time.
previous
Yeah.
class.
You told to submit it before the class, so I just didn't have time.
Yeah, that's fine. Because I gave you guys full credit for submitting it, right? So, all right. So, if it were me, I would be tempted. This can be done. I see this done all the time, okay? This 75 and then dimension between the holes. That being said, I'm trying to show you a center line there. Do you know why I'm trying to draw a center line?
Show symmetry.
Yes. Does anybody know why? What I'm going to do with that center line? I'm going to dimension from this hole to here. So I'm trying to tell the shop that's how we do a symmetrical dimension. We used to put a little symbol on the center line called center line. And then we could just put that one dimension only and that was good. I didn't have to do that. Now, new specs say you've got to locate from the center of the hole to this hole, dimension hole to hold symmetry. Because this, to me, this way here, I'm kind of like, the holes might not necessarily be centered if I do it this way. If I put a dimension from here to here, I'm trying to hold symmetry. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Did we say what size holes these are?
Quarter inch.
Quarter inch.
I mean on her drawing somewhere.
I missed that.
Okay, so we gotta do 4 holes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that being said, the rest of you, I put red boxes on yours, correct? Or maybe I didn't. If you have a red box on yours, do you have a question why you have a red box?
I do.
Okay, I'm gonna pop yours up then, okay? You guys got bonus points because you all shared with me.
I know Clint brought it up already, but I just called the rib thickness. Is that acceptable or not really?
Where did you call it?
In the notes.
No, that's cool, but no, I can't do that.
Okay.
Yeah, where would we put that?
Clint, do you want to show them where you showed us earlier? Where would you put that?
Whoop,
Oops, sorry, I moved it on you.
right here.
What I said earlier is that's the only spot we have corners. I said earlier you can't dimension it there and you can't dimension it over on this other side. We have to dimension it here. It's the only spot I have corners. So they have to go here. Do you have any other questions, Jermaine?
No, that's it.
Does anybody else have a red box on their drawing that they're not sure they understand why there's a red box?
Yeah, I've read boxes.
You also need to dimension to the slot or to the rib itself to one of the faces on that same view.
Correct. Yes. Thank you, Clint. We have to dimension because you got the datum here, right? We got to dimension from the datum to the first edge, and then dimension the thickness of this stiffener. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Clint.
I have a question.
Isaac was next.
Oh, okay.
No, that was Mike.
Oh, Mike has a question?
Yeah,
Sorry,
that-
Mike.
Oh, center line it out with that on the top.
I'll tell you right now, you keep doing this, I'm going to start making you turn in a bigger drawing. You go half scale, I go printed, it's a quarter scale for the shop. It's so small for the shop. Your part's so small, it's hard to even fit your dimensions in there. It's so tight because we're on a B-size drawing or even a C-size drawing. I would make it bigger so you have room to work. Even go to a D-size if you have to. These are too clustered. That's why there's a box here. Does anybody know why there's a box here? What's he missing?
Shoulder?
You have to have a shoulder. It's got to be an Ansi Asmi call out. And do you know why I have a box here?
That center line we were talking about.
No.
You
I was
dimension
just talking
to
about, literally just talking about just when I asked Clint to show me what we did wrong here.
To put the thickness on the T.
Right. That's why that's there. We can't dimension on the thickness, or we can't dimension to the T on that thickness for the stiffener.
You need a shoulder on the 50 too.
Oh, yep, right here we need the shoulder on this diameter call out.
Which they should be 250.
Welcome back to our coverage of the clash at Bowman Gray, which has taken a turn, and everything has to do with liquid.
From the break, I'm going to attempt to rebuild D1. So, Isaac, when you see me do that, I'll make a recording, me making the part, and maybe you'll see what you did wrong. And then after the demo, if you still can't figure it out, we can work on your part, okay?
I've already built the part and I've turned in that assignment and it's been graded, but when I pulled it back up to try to do the drawing, it's not, there's something wrong with it. I don't know what's going on.
Okay, well, that's a difference.
Like it just looks like a bunch of sketches with and it shows I have pads, but there's no, like, I don't know if I'm in the, what's going on.
Let me hold off on this because I'm trying to finish my recording for that particular lecture. Okay, and also in this recording, I'm gonna do a new recording showing you guys how to make a plate, but I'm going to show you something different. A lot of us are used to just making separate parts and then assembling them, sticking them all together. In reality, what you want to do is work in design. So what you do is you have a part, you put it in the assembly, and you build your part around an existing part, not creating a part and then putting them together and hope it fits. I'm going to design and fit a part so that it automatically is linked to that part, and we'll make a shim underneath of it to give you a concept how you would design other parts. Because in reality, you don't just make separate parts and then put them together to see if they fit. We should be designing them on the fly and fit them right there as we're making the parts. Okay. All right.
I always
I'm gonna
thought that
stop
if
the
you added
video.
a shim, it was saying you couldn't design it right in the first place.
What's that?
That's what I hated about building airplanes was they wanted you to shim all this stuff, and they could have designed it where you didn't need the shim.
No.
Anyway, carry
I
on.
didn't hit the record button. I can't believe I did that.
I've been recording this whole review.
Have you? Somebody's got to hit the record button, right?
One last
Oh,
question.
Son of a bitch.
Hope you didn't record that.
No, it's off now.
I got it.
Thanks, Dan.
You're gonna get a ransom note now.
Oh, dang it.
Are we doing fractions or ANSI 3 play or 2 plays on the D1?
You know what? I wasn't even paying attention. What did most of us do?
It
Probably
looked
should have
like
done
a
it fractions.
It was a mix.
yeah, it was a mixed bag.
Had
Everybody
a nice mix of bags, tricks on that. Dang it. Well, I guess go ahead and do it in fractions, or you can do it decimal then.
Okay.
Do it in ANSI. Do it ANSI.
Decimal ANSI.
ANSI's good. I'm fine with that. Decimals in ANSI 2 places.
Hey Dave, can you help me create the water line action